How's it going, everyone? We're here to check out what's new with Rust. And if you haven't noticed or watched my skin video, there's a new lunar mask, the rabbit mask. So as you can see, we're wearing it here. And if you take a look at it, it's pretty much just a wolf helmet. And, you know, if you want to go... Oh, ribbit. Rabbit mask, it's a wolf skull and 10 cloth, like you would expect it to be. So there's that. But we're really here to kind of talk about some of the upcoming things, changes to the industrial branch, and a few other things that we can, check out. So something that is on the horizon, of course, is the Rust devs are still working on Nexus, which is the transferring between cloud-connected servers, which also involves a big clan system where you can interchange and talk between those servers with each other and manage your clan between regardless of which server they're currently on. And yeah, you know, that's still being worked on. The ferry itself is being worked on, but there's lots of work to the ferry terminals and even an underground ferry terminal. So we'll just have to see how that is. But you know, all we really have is a picture of the ferry and then the understanding of the idea of what they'll be doing. But that's definitely something that's very interesting. We also have pets still somewhere on the horizon, I guess. I'm not entirely sure when or what, but I haven't seen any commits to them for a while, so we'll just have to see how that is. The devs also talked about a building skins branch, which seems to be skins for buildings or walls or whatever. I don't know. I'm thinking some sort of wall roof paper kind of thing. We'll just have to see how that is, but that is also something being worked on in the background, as well as something called the weapon racks. There appears to be several different sizes, a small, a medium, and a large, I believe. And yeah, they're going to be able to let us display our weapons as well as quickly grab them in and out, and kind of, you know, it's one of those things where, like a real weapon rack, you can toss the gun on there real quick or grab one off real quick and be ready to go. So it's just one of those kind of things. And that was originally on the Hack Weeks, but it's actually something that seems to be coming to the game itself. And then, of course, there's work being done on the Nuclear Silo Monument, which they said will be coming this year, but we don't know when. And also there is the procedural bunkers. And if you've played around with the last couple holidays, there were these little things that would spawn around, and with Halloween you could go in and there was like the zombie guys in there. And if you did it for Easter, there was the for Christmas, there's the gingerbread guys. So you've seen dungeons, kind of how they work. There's an opening somewhere around the map. You go in, and then the inside can be different. And they're working on those to be procedural, so we'll just see how that goes. I'm not entirely sure when that will come in, but we'll just have to see. But that is something that is off in the horizon. So that pretty much covers kind of all the stuff that is upcoming. So let's go ahead and take a look at the changes to the industrial branch and talk about drones. So with the industrial branch, the first thing you're going to notice here is there's a few more items that were not previously available for the actual system. So we've also seen changes to how some of the items function. So the large box actually now has 4 connection points, one on top, one on either side, and then one on the front of the box. So you cannot put one on the back, so that's just one thing to keep in consideration there. The coffin also has a point on it, and the actual furnace has been fixed. You can now see the wood slot again. And if we look into here, you'll see, I guess the pipe connects, this flipped around, so the pipe goes up instead of down. It's kind of a simple thing. The refinery now has a connection point on the back side, which is a little bit weird, but there it is. And then the large furnace also now has 4 connections, one on each little part here, which is nice. And then the locker has been added, as well as the vending machine. So that's pretty nice. We do have quite a few of pretty much all the useful items. I would say there's a few things over here, like any of the maybe cooking stuff, as well as the mixing table. But I guess the auto crafter and the mixing table kind of serve the same purpose, so maybe that's why that one might not pop in. It makes sense. But it'd be nice to have like food troughs, campfires, and planters and stuff as well. But we'll just have to see. As of right now, they don't seem to connect. So that is how that's going there. But we have some big changes to how it works. a lot of people have been complaining, well, it's too OP to have them go through walls. People are going to make these crazy bunkers with their loot that gets, shifted away, and people have built some really impressive systems already. So it's not like that's, not a possibility. So what Facepunch has done is that they no longer can go through walls at all. I can't get it through this wall. It's not going to go through the wall like this. You have to put it through a doorway or a window. So what we're basically going to do is, say, okay, it's going to connect over here. And it gets a little funky when you try to get it through the doorway sometimes. So as you can see, I messed up there. So let's go ahead and start again. And ooh, what? Did it turn invisible? Okay, that's different. Now, I noticed with windows, you can't really do like a direct like this. So what I've noticed, the way to get it through a window easily is you actually want to go up and then down. And see, there you go. That seems to work the best for what I've seen so far. And as you can see, boom, there it is. The window is connected and so forth. And then, can you go ahead and edit it while the window is there? You can actually connect it to the window and pop through, you'd think, but that doesn't work. You actually gotta get it on the frame there, and you've gotta pick up your window and get it through that way. So that is one thing you have to keep in consideration, but hey, that's how that works there. But I'm very confused on what happened over here, so we're gonna clear that pipe. We're gonna try this again. We're just gonna go up here and then down to here. Oh, it's not liking that at all. Okay, how about we go here, 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 and there. All right, so there you go. You gotta kind of play around with it a little bit to get it. It's still finicky, and they're still fixing the system more or less. But there you go. There's the door. It's all set to go. Now I can turn on this and turn on this, and you'll actually see, you can now see the progress of things going through that, and this light will blink whenever it sends something through. So green is coming in and red is leaving. So green in, red out. So there you go. And there they are. They're all the extra parts. I just put the stacks of like 100 I had of them on there. So you can see it's going ahead and doing that. But yeah, there you go. Pipes now have to go through either a doorway or a window frame of some sort. It has to go through an opening. But one thing that is really nice now, how many times have you had to place your garage door and then there was a deployable in the way and you have to empty the whole box or the refrigerator or whatever? Well, it's not currently on this aux branch. I believe it's on staging, but you can now place doors over deployables like boxes and refrigerators and stuff. So this will no longer be a thing. You can just straight on place it. So that will be something that is very, very nice as well. So very much so looking forward to that. But let's go ahead and talk about the last thing here. One thing that has picked up and got a lot of work so far has been deployable drones and turret remote control. So obviously I can't show the turret remote control, but pretty much it's going to be similar to the view as you get through this with the drone, and it's going to have like a fog of war kind of out of once you're out of the turret's range. So that's kind of how that's going roughly, but it's basically going to give you the ability to, control the turret itself, which is pretty cool, and you can do that remotely from, I'm assuming, the computer station, as that's how the drone currently works. So there is a deployable drone that has existed for quite a while, ever since drones were added. It looks like it is a a floaty, but it is not. And there it is. And right now in the computer system, as an admin, you can play around with one. It's always been this way. You type in the name none in all full caps, and it will pick up the drone you just placed. Every time you place one, you have to, had caps lock on. Every time you place one new or pick it up, you're going to have to redo it. And there you go. There's our drone. So for its movement controls, WSAD are going to control its movement. But if you press shift, yeah, it's very loud. Shift is up. Control is down. And then it pretty much just flies like a minicopter. W is going to be forward, but it does lose some height, so you have to compensate. S is going to be backwards. And A and D are your side to side, as the mouse controls your spin for the camera. When you hover, it actually gets kind of quieter. But yeah, there you go. And these things do have a health of 100 right now. They can take damage from fall, and they do have a maximum range. So you can go ahead and fly it out of range, which we're gonna do. Now, I mean, this has literally been in here like this since they added drones. So this could easily change. Oh, I think that kicked us out. That was, or I hit the space bar. Yep, I hit the space bar, I think, so we totally killed the drone. But it goes about quite a few grid squares. I think it was like over 6, if I remember properly. But it could be something that changes. They could limit it greatly, or it could go across the whole map. We don't know. So that is just one of those things there. But it's definitely a cool idea with drones. I mean, you can spy on all sorts of things, or if someone leaves a window open in their base, you could potentially fly in there and look around. So, I mean, there's all sorts of cool stuff that could happen with that, as well as being able to control turrets. So we'll just see how that goes. There'll be more info on it, and I will bring that to you when it's there. But I wanted to also mention that the conveyors have a few extra attachment points on them now when it comes to electricity. So you'll actually notice there's the power input. Or actually, here, let's just go to this. Whoa, that was weird. We'll go to this one here. So you've got your power input, and then on this side, you've got the turn on and turn off and pass through. So you now got that as well on the industrial crafter. You have the on, off, and power in. So that's, yeah, just a more useful way to control these. You can set up a whole automated system with on-offs, triggers. You could have it, you know, trigger to a sensor when someone walks through a door. If a door is blown, you know, and someone passes through the next one, and then it passes all the loot from here into your next room or something like that. So, you know, all that stuff is still very possible, and this stuff just kind of makes it a little more convenient with the extra little additions there. But yeah, that pretty much covers all the big stuff that's changing, everyone. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out my skin video. That should be out if you haven't seen it already, and stay rusty. Thanks for watching.